Hey y'all, we are at the Trillium Gap Trailhead today. We're fixing to make our way up to Mount LeConte to stay the night, so we'll show you some highlights along the way. So come on, let's go.
It's also our 13th anniversary today.
It is,
yes.
It sure is. So 13 best years of Tara's life. Right? I'm kidding. It has been a great 13 years though. We've been on a lot of adventures, a lot of camping trips, a lot of hiking trips. Been a lot of fun places. So here's to 13 more, and 13 more after that. These little berries, we saw these coming back down my camera too. What are those? Surely somebody out there knows. If you know what those are, let us know in the comments. Rattle. That's the wood.
Reese's Pieces and Pedialyte for the win.
She made trail mix with Reese's Pieces.
3.6 miles.
3.6 miles?
Uh-huh. Let's see what this says. Brushy Mountain.
Whatever the penitentiary is?
Oh. Yeah, we're about halfway.
Yeah. We just found out we took Trillium Gap. Hoping we'd encounter the llamas because this is Monday. We just met another couple coming down. She said their trailer is broken, so no llamas today. So that's disappointing, but oh well. Still a beautiful hike. One of the nice things about this trail is that there's several water sources along the way. I've heard it recommended that you need to use a water filter or purification tablets or something like that. And I've heard it the other way as well, you know, just fill your bottle up directly off the rocks, which is what I did. I just filled my bottle up directly off the rocks. I didn't have any problem, but you know, everybody's different. Some people can tolerate that and some people can't. So you should probably do a little research and decide which one is best for you. 59 glucose. It's time for a blood sugar break. So we're going to have a break. She made that trail mix herself.
I did.
We'll post the recipe in the description if you want the recipe for it. Now that's a view. You can really tell we're in the mountains now because it's cooled off a bunch up here. So we're thinking we're probably almost there. So we will see.
That was probably not the path to take.
A little blood sugar break. That's not 75, that's 57. So that's what happens when you're hiking and you're diabetic. You use up a lot of glucose. You gotta replenish it.
Sadly, all it says is no horses beyond this point. Well, it's 2:20. We left promptly at 9:30. So, about 5
hours.
5 hours.
Almost, not quite.
4.5.
Not bad.
Nope. That was coming up, so going down may be more like
Not bad for a diabetic
4.
and a Christmas drive. In the rain.
Yeah.
And these cabins are really a welcome sight after a long hike. For me, it was time to enjoy some hot chocolate and a little bit of rest. Now this is our cabin. These are primitive cabins. There's no electricity. We have a little oil lamp and a gas heater. Got a set of bunk beds and then a single bed. Very comfortable, nice and toasty. We have a bucket we can fill up with fresh water to refill our bottles or have drinking water. Have a little wash pan to wash up in, some extra cups for hot chocolate or coffee. These are just neat little cabins. They're really cozy. There's my wet shirt from the hike up. And what a beautiful sight to see at your back window. And now we'll go for a little walk around the camp, show you around just a little bit. These steps on the left lead into the check-in desk and to the gift shop. You can buy t-shirts, coffee mugs, hoodies, sweatshirts, stickers, and things like that in there. They take cash and they take your card. And these are the flush toilets for the overnight guests. You will need a key to use those. And straight ahead is the restroom for day hikers, through hikers, so on and so forth. That basically is a hole in the ground with a seat. So I used that in 2019 because we got there early, and that's an aroma that you won't soon forget. Coming up here on the right, underneath the gift shop, these are the standing room only toilets, also for through hikers and day hikers and the public in general.
Probably over 70 just got. And they finished it. jerks want to go to the How far is Myrtle?
Now if you insulted me.
How far is Myrtle? I need to put my shoes back on.
In 1925, Paul Adams established Mount LeConte as a tent camp for visitors and dignitaries. Later on, Jack Huff, who constructed many of the buildings up here on the mountain, took over operations and ran it until 1959 along with his wife Pauline. He and Pauline were married in 1934 on Myrtle Point. It's been said that Jack made over 1,000 trips up and down the mountain. He even once carried his mother up on his back in a specially constructed chair. She had always wanted to see the mountain but couldn't make the hike herself, so he carried her up on his back so she could see it. Those are just a few facts out of the informational book that's in the cabin. A lot of good information about the operation of the lodge and also about the history of the mountain. And I believe these are the cabins for the staff down here. I gotta tell you, these are some of the hardest working people I have ever seen. They get up early and fix breakfast, do the dishes. When the guests leave, they go through and clean the cabins. Then they start on supper, cook supper all day, feed you supper, do the dishes. They just work really, really hard. I can't say enough great things about them.
Hitching post. There's a water spigot with filtered water. You can refill your water bottles. And here we are at the famous Mount LeConte Dining Hall, where you can get cookies, a sandwich, lemonade, coffee, hot chocolate, and if you're staying at the lodge, a great supper and a great breakfast. And this cabin back here is pretty secluded. I think it would probably be the ideal cabin to stay in. And the staff was telling us that anything this squirrel can pack off, it will pack off. And this bell means that it's supper time. A very welcome sound for weary hikers who've been on the trail all day. We didn't video any of supper. Our phones were nearly dead, so we had to let them charge for a little bit. But this is the deck on the back side of the dining hall. They open this up after supper and after breakfast so the guests can come out and get some views. On a good clear day, you can actually see what I think is Pigeon Forge. And it's just so peaceful and quiet up there. And now we're going to hike up the cliff tops and hope we're going to catch a great sunset. It's going to be beautiful either way. One last outing, and then it's time for some shut-eye to get ready for the long hike back down tomorrow.
I got her saying that's all I got. I just got her. She always said she did it one more time.
One more time? I like it when the kids are up here. The other kids are. That's a blast.
Ruined that room. Went full hike. Yeah, it's been a terrible, very that is sad.
It's like you heard that bell, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that coffee coming out to you guys in bed, okay?
Thank you very much.
Sure thing.
I smell pancakes.
We are headed back down. It was a great trip. I'm sure we'll update you on the way.
Do you know what's special about this flower? It only blooms from August to October. It can only be found in a couple places in the United States, and Mount LeConte is one of them. It's called Grass of Parnassus. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Okay, we're coming back down from LeConte. We're going to take a little side detour to Brushy Mountain before we head back down.
And this is about the point that we had to turn around from Brushy Mountain. We had to get back down to the trailhead to meet our shuttle to get back to the camper. You know, most people never get to do this their entire life, but we've been blessed enough to do it twice. Just look at those incredible views. So we thank you for going on the journey with us, and we hope you'll join us again sometime. Thank you for your support and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.